It is 2 o'clock on the nose. So we're gonna go ahead and get started now. As a reminder, if you've ever attended any of our webinars before, we record all of our webinars. We're gonna send you the slides and notes afterwards. So feel free to take notes, but we're gonna send you everything we've got, everything we've shown you today. And so if you miss parts of this, it will be recorded and available on YouTube. You know, at this point, what I'm going to do is hand it over to our founder and CEO, Bob Bickle, so he can talk a little bit about some of our ideas for, you know, building the TicketSignup brand.
Yeah, so we started RunSignup about a dozen years ago now, and we focused on endurance events, and we built a really premier registration platform that focused on things like 5Ks and half marathons and fundraising around that and so on and so forth. And what we did about 2 to 3 years ago is we started to try to meet some of the needs of our nonprofit customers, because they were coming to us and saying, hey, we need a ticket platform basically for things like galas and golf outings and so forth. So we started to build that out and have been building that out over the past couple of years. And it's gotten to the point that it's a very robust offering now for our customers. And some of our for-profit customers started to ask us, hey, can we use that ticket platform because we have a jack-o'-lantern walk or a holiday light show. And so we said, well, let's give it a try. And so we had a few customers try it out on the commercial side, and they really liked it. Some of the features around multi-day and multi-time slots and being able to transfer your ticket and things like that were pretty nice. And so we introduced TicketSignup. And today, you know, you can go to the next slide here. If you think about our company, we've got kind of 3 brands that we go on, RunSignup, GiveSignup, and TicketSignup, but it's all built on this one platform that is focused on helping events raise more and, you know, bring more participation and to manage their events better, right? So think of us as an event technology company that's here to help you with your events. And we've gotten pretty big by just focusing on being a really good technology company. So, so Brian's going to share with you all the stuff that we built on the ticket side, and hopefully that's helpful to a number of you.
Great. So what we're going to do is there is a questions box if you're familiar with GoToWebinar where you can submit questions, and we're going to kind of do this in 2 different ways. Typically what we do is if you have questions, you can submit them into the system, and we typically try to clean all of that up at the end. If it gets into too technical of a question, we will reach out to you and answer that question individually. But if Bob is going to be monitoring those questions to see if there's things that I'm discussing where maybe he can elicit a little bit more information to clarify it more where he's seeing a commonality with questions. So let's start talking about ticket events. So what exactly can the ticket platform do? So you can see here on the right-hand side, there's a Mardi Gras gala, and there's a bunch of different options here. So you've got, you know, general admission, you've got a table for 4, you've got premium seating, and you can see some of these banners that are doing call outs. Some of the other things that's really nice about the ticket platform is that we don't require logins and passwords. We've got the capability to do a store. We can also do donations, as well as some integrations with donations where we could say, hey, donate $100, for example, and get a free ticket. We have a free photo platform, as well as the ability for attendees to resend their confirmation emails, as well as potentially transfer from a Saturday date to a Sunday date if that Saturday date didn't work for them. The other important thing is that free ticket events are always free. So what I want to do is pause here just really quickly. And if you're really interested in looking at this, you can go to TicketSignup.io. Yes, I know it would be ideal if we had TicketSignup.com. We're trying, but it is TicketSignup.io, and you can click Get Started for free. And if you've used RunSignup or GiveSignup in the past, your RunSignup and GiveSignup login will work perfectly there. And then you'll see that it'll take you into a wizard for creating a ticket event. And if you set up a registration or race in the past with our platform, what you will find is that this is a very quick and easy wizard. So sometimes for a lot of people, it's like, hey, if I can fill this out, it becomes a little bit more obvious as to how this works. So growing your event, part of our business model has always been what tools can we provide for our nonprofits and small business owners that will help them grow their business on a sustainable basis. So we see that as providing free email marketing, free websites, referral rewards, which is, you know, our most popular product or feature we've ever put out, that's really reliably helped our customers generate more registrations from their existing customer base. And then we have advanced capabilities with Google Analytics, Facebook Pixels, Conversions API, and then we are adding TikTok tracking, and then finally social sharing. So free email, if you've used the Ticket product, you've actually seen the new email platform, and then within the registration platform, we've added our our email marketing platform called Email V2. And it looks great. It has definitely been a sore spot within the platform where people have been looking for us to upgrade our templates. We heard you. We're not done by any means. We've got a lot of functionality we're going to be adding here, but there is no limits on how many emails you can send. There's no limits on how many contacts you can add. And if someone automatically registers for your event, if you're excluding or including a group, that's automatically updated based on your ticket lists. Some of the other really neat things is the ability to customize the data with replacement tags. So replacement tags are sometimes, you know, called merge tags or merge fields in other platforms. It's, you know, hello first name or other fields like that, where you can pull that from our database and customize that email. So some of the types of emails. So here's some examples of some really nice templates using the new template capabilities. So you can send an email out to all of your contacts, including custom contacts. I mentioned the custom tags capabilities. And if you've used a previous platform, this makes it really easy to transition onto our platform because you can upload those previous ticket purchasers. We also have a really nice event day specific emails where you can integrate the QR code and utilize our check-in app for quick check-in. And then also give people the ability to manage their tickets. So if it's a multi-day event or there's multiple options, people could potentially manage their ticket and upgrade from general admission to VIP or change from Saturday or Sunday. And it also can remind people what they specifically purchased. So free websites, this is one that, you know, I'm particularly proud of what we are able to offer here. I can remember I was actually talking to someone yesterday who got a custom website for their marathon many years ago, and it cost them $12,000. And this is totally free. And the best part about it is not only is it free, we take care of the SSL certificate. We take care of the security around the website. As we build new features, you can automatically integrate those new features into our site. There's no more, hey, I got to go change my ticket page and now I've got to go change my website. They're one and the same. And that allows us to do some really cool things such as countdown clocks and automated price changes, email capture. There's just a lot of really great things that we can do on here. And we've listed some of these other things that are, like, you know, if you've got a YouTube video of your event, you can embed that right into your page. So I really encourage people to look at our website builder inside of the ticket platform and consider it to be either a landing page, if you've got like a great website, but you may want to have a landing page, or you can have it be your entire domain. So you would purchase a domain or take your existing domain and map that to our system. And this is totally free. So don't let, you know, price deter you or think that this is something that's outside of the realm of possibility. So I mentioned the email capture pop-up. So the idea behind this is that the average event is active for 3 to 6 months normally. So the other 6 to 9 months of the year, there's people visiting your site, and there's not anything potentially for them to purchase. So some of the things that you could do with the email capture is, you know, grab their email address. And then there's also people in your 3 to 6 month window when you're actively promoting your event who may not be ready to buy their ticket today. And so you can capture that email and potentially, you know, send them more information, as well as then solicit them when you get closer to the event and they may be warmed up and be ready to buy at that point. Referral rewards. So this tool is a little bit I beat the drum on this quite a bit, and I think it is something that everyone should at least consider. It may not be a great fit for everyone, but the basic idea of this is that when someone checks out for your event, we kind of gray out the screen and we ask people to share on Facebook, Twitter, or email with a unique tracking link for each purchaser. And we'll track to see if any of their friends or family who they shared it with actually click on that link and then eventually make a purchase because there's a cookie, a tracking cookie applied to that, and you can incentivize people. And so we can tell you that on average, when people check out and share, about 2% of your registrations will come from this organic share. If you offer an incentive, it increases your sales to 7 to 10% of your sales will be directly attributed to someone who has signed up for your event and shared it socially. So what that tells you is that this actually works. And we have a whole lot of stuff that we could give you in terms of ideas on how to utilize this, but it's hard to find marketing programs that you can say work, but we can 100% say that it does work. It does start to have some diminishing returns at really high ticket prices. Like if your ticket is $200 or $300 or $400, we do see a drop down in ROI. But if you have low cost tickets, like $10 and $15 and $20, the ROI is through the roof. So social sharing, this is what I was mentioning. So when you check out for an event, this is really important to at least go through and purchase your own ticket to your own event so you can see this. So you can see how you can post a Facebook, tweet, or share via email. The other really important thing is that you can customize the messages and images that are being shared. And so at a minimum, this is free advertising. So if you're thinking about this as, how do I get the word out? Well, if someone actually cares enough to purchase a ticket to your event and they care enough to socially share, let's make sure we curate that message because probably the people they're sharing it with are people that might be interested in our event. So I always recommend taking a look at this and making sure that the image and the text that's being shared, we by default put information in here, your logo and things like that. But if you want something different, make sure you're customizing that. So we really feel good about some of the capabilities that we have within our ticketing platform. We're going to walk you through some of the different capabilities that we have here. So pricing flexibility. So you can do price increases. So after a certain date, it goes up. We have tiered pricing. You can do bulk tickets. Combo tickets are really interesting. So you can do, buy one adult and get two kids for free. We have caps. So if you can only have 1,000 people on a particular date or for the entire event, you can build a multi-event ticket. So meaning like between kids, adults, VIP, et cetera, it's a total of 1,000. We also support purchase limits. So you can also add extra fees such as state park access fees or golf course fees, et cetera, that are kind of mandatory additional fees per ticket. And then we're going to be adding, just like we do with registration, automated sales tax. So Bob, I just wanted to pause here and see if there's any common questions that I might want to address.
No, just on the sales tax front, what's really nice about the way we implement sales tax is we take care of it all for our customers. So there happen to be 9,000 jurisdictions in the US that collect sales tax, and we basically take care of paying all of them the right amount.
So we mentioned earlier that we work with some of the Christmas light shows and things like that. So imagine, the entire month of December, there's different days that people could sign up for. So we do support the ability for you to offer, 20 dates or 50 dates or whatever you'd like to do. And again, all the different interesting capabilities come in terms of the price increases, tiered pricing, bulk tickets, et cetera. All those things are built in with the concept of multi-day. So our ability to build caps across multiple ticket types or even multiple dates, et cetera, can be extremely powerful in managing inventory. Coupons and discount codes, everybody tends to have a need for this if it's a paid event. So we've got some great tools. So you can easily type in a single coupon. You can do a pool such as sponsors, volunteers, or members. And you can set up multiple pools. So you could have a pool for sponsors, this pool for volunteers, and a pool for members, so that you can report upon those different pools and see, how much usage there was. You can also have some custom rules such as percentage discount, dollars discount, coupon start, coupon end, if it's an overall discount, if it's a discount per ticket. And one of the other really neat things that we can do is you can type in a coupon name and then we can generate a URL for you. So that's really great if you're doing an announcement email or a Facebook post, and you could they just click on the link and then that carries the coupon code into checkout for them. So it automatically enters that at checkout for them. So information collection. So this is one of the things that's important to note about tickets. In general, tickets should be a quick purchase. So, how many tickets do you want? But there is reasons to potentially collect additional information, and we do have the ability on a per ticket basis. So the adult ticket could collect information, and maybe the kid ticket we didn't collect information, and we can collect additional points of information on these either per ticket or per ticket holder. So if you need to collect that additional information, we have the capability to do it. If you want that more quick, lightweight checkout, we support that as well. And you can also add additional custom questions as well. So some of the other neat things is this is what you as the event director would see. So you could see kind of on the right-hand side here, the tickets purchase details. So you can see it was purchased by Allison Bickle. There's their email, when did they purchase it, confirmation code, did they sign the waiver, telephone number, their QR code. And then you can see from there, you have the ability to resend their confirmation email, start a ticket, refund, edit the ticket information, or edit the custom questions. So you can manage all these different things within the platform. The ticket holder themselves also has some capability depending on the rules that you have to be able to manage their ticket as well. So this is where you can see this attendee self-serve. So the purchaser would have the ability to resend their confirmation email. The purchaser also, if you were to allow this, would have the ability to transfer their ticket type. So say I want to upgrade to VIP, I could transfer from the general admission to the VIP, and then we would calculate the difference if there's a difference in costs. You also can potentially charge a fee for that change as well. So store, we have an integrated store built into the platform, so you can add as many items as you want. They've got images. We have the ability to set start and end dates, quantities of what you have available, custom prices. Coupons can work or not work with these. There's a lot of great options in here. We also have got a huge upgrade coming with a store warehouse, where if you're doing multiple events, you could potentially share that store across multiple events. So offline tickets, if you have, say, a sponsor or a large group that you wanted to import, or if you sold tickets on another platform, you can import offline tickets with a CSV import, map that into our system. It'll automatically kind of map this information. You'll double check to make sure it all maps up correctly. You'll hit import, and then now your offline tickets and online tickets are merged together into a single database. So you can do all the things that you'd like to do in terms of promotions and sending out emails and having a single list. So reports, we're actually in the process of doing a big reports overhaul. And so you've got the ability to search by first name, last name, or email, or expand into additional fields. You'll be able to save reports. So if you want to build custom report sets, you can build with custom filters. You can export to an email list. You can export to CSV and Excel. And likely, we'll probably add the ability to do Google Sheets as well. So raise more. Many of the people that signed up for this webinar are nonprofits. So some of the things that we'd like to do is always try to find ways within your event purchase path to solicit donations. So we've got a really nice looking integrated donation path. So you can see here with the food bank, we can quickly visualize and explain what someone can donate to. You can also set up custom donation levels. So $10, $50, $100, $250, as well as you have the ability to have checkout at donation. So what that is a quick checkbox where someone could potentially add, say, $10 on at checkout. There also is a standalone donate button. So if someone just wanted to donate to the campaign without purchasing a ticket, we support that as well. So donation discounts, this is one of the, I would say, unique features of our capabilities, is that if you donate a certain amount of money, you can get a discount automatically applied at checkout to your ticket. You also can set up the tax deductible information inside of our platform, as well as how much someone can deduct from their ticket on the inside of the platform, and they'll get that in their receipt. So event day, we have a lot of experience with our race day check-in app, our race day registration and bib numbers and all those types of things, and we've been applying a lot of that knowledge and technology and that team to work on tickets as well. So we have a mobile check-in app. So it's iOS or Android as potentially as well. A web app is available. You can scan by QR code. You can look up by name. So you can type in the purchaser's name. You can send a reminder email leading up to the week or say 2 days before the event. You can do this on an automated basis if you'd like with their QR code. The really neat thing about our QR code with tickets is, let's say I bought 10 tickets. If I walk up with myself and 9 others, you can scan the single QR code and potentially check in all of those in one swipe. So one scan, it says, do you want to check in everyone? You count, okay, there's 10 people, here's your wristbands, have a nice time. So you can really efficiently check people in. There's also the capability to show inside of the check-in app if you're selling additional items such as glow sticks or beer tickets or anything else that you're selling. This can be prompted inside of the check-in app to let you know that they've purchased additional items. And what we've generally found is that it's pretty quick to get people up and running on this. So this will work on phones or tablets or potentially laptops. So QR codes and text service. So restaurants have really embraced QR codes. So I think all of us have probably experienced QR codes quite a bit more in the past 2 years than we did prior to this. It was somewhat like of a theoretical technology, and it's become very real. So the idea behind this is that you could print out posters and leave your ticket purchases open to try to reduce the load on like will call or a box office and things like that. It also allows you to kind of have a more streamlined view of your financials of your event. And it's also a very, very quick checkout process. And then we also support, if you don't like QR codes, or you could do QR codes and a text service, is text T12345 to 33557, and it will return either the landing page or take them directly into the ticket purchase process. So we want to support both of these, so you can have multiple different ways that people can use their phones to purchase tickets for your event. So photos. The same great photo platform has been applied to the ticket platform. So the ability for users to upload photos, or the organization to upload photos into our platform. We don't have a limit. The file size, I've had this asked a few times. What we recommend is files under 5 megabytes. Generally speaking, you want to keep the file size pretty small so that you can quickly and easily upload those photos into our platform. So I mentioned this earlier. So hopefully, if you haven't yet, go to www.TicketSignup.io. If you have an existing account with us, you can go right there and log in with the same account. That goes for your payment account as well. Since you've already used a payment account and gone through that validation process with us, if the funds go to the same place, you'll easily be able to do that. If you're a net new customer, we have the process to be able to get you started, and we'll handhold you through the process of getting your ticket event set up. And importantly, if you've never used this before, there's no subscription fees, there's no hidden fees, and there's no binding contract. So if you try us today and you want to quit tomorrow, that's okay. So pricing. So if you're new to us, or maybe even an existing customer, you may wonder, hey, how does the actual pricing work within our platform? So it is based off the transaction. So if the transaction for your event is between $0 and $249.99, it's 5.8% plus $1. If your ticket amount or the cart amount is above that, it goes to 4.8% plus $1 or 3.9% plus $1. This includes the credit card processing fee. It includes everything we've shown in here, including the email platform. There's nothing that is excluded from this. And all donations are charged at a flat 4% processing fee. And again, that includes the credit card processing. Many of our events choose to pass on this processing fee to the ticket purchaser. And what that means is that they're paying, say, $20 plus a $2.50 processing fee. So those are things that we generally recommend, but some people choose to absorb half of that processing fee. Some people absorb all of that processing fee, but you can make that decision for each event that you put on, as well as you can make a decision on donations versus tickets on how you want to handle those processing fees.
One other point here, Brian, is that pretty much every ticket vendor in the market charges a per ticket fee. It might be $1.25, might be 79 cents, in addition to the percentage fee. And we've taken a different approach where we charge on the transaction. And the reason we do that is to kind of promote multiple people, buying multiple tickets at once. It doesn't really cost us extra money for each ticket. Like printing a ticket doesn't cost us money. So we're just trying to pass as low of a cost on to our customers as possible. So keep that in mind as a pretty big differentiator with a lot of ticket platforms.
Yeah, that is a really good point, especially with low dollar tickets. That 50 cent or 75 cent or 99 cent per ticket fee really adds up, because people, if the ticket price is say 10, 12, 15, $20, it wouldn't be unusual to see people buy 5, 6, 7, 8 tickets, and that $1 per transaction fee is really going to add up to a large savings.
Yeah, I was just talking with a customer, and their average is 3 tickets per sale. And so at 79 cents per each of those tickets, and then, their vendor charges, I think 3%, and then Square charges 2.9%. It winds up being a fair amount more than what our pricing is.
The other thing is that what we have found is that some ticket events are quite large. If you do have large paid ticket events, we do offer a discount program and/or the ability to do revenue share, so you can use processing fees to potentially generate revenue. So those are things that we'd love to talk to you about. It if you have a larger festival or event that falls into that category, that is another way to potentially generate more revenue. So payment options, if you've never used this before, we pay every Tuesday via direct deposit. We do support checks, but there is a $1,000 minimum and a $10 check fee. And probably the best part about our system is getting the reconciled transactions that go to your actual sales. So many ticket platforms, like the tickets are in this platform, the transactions are in Stripe, and it's very hard to reconcile that. As many of you may have learned, if you've done ticket events and you used your own processor and you had to issue a bunch of refunds during the pandemic, it was a nightmare. The beauty is that we like to call it the Goldilocks solution, is that you're setting up your own payment processor account with our platform through Adyen, which is our payment processor, but you don't have to pay a monthly fee for your merchant account. You don't have to go through a whole bunch of hoops on, how to, do we accept Amex? We take care of all of that. We also then provide you with nice, easy to understand statements of how much did we sell, how much did we get in donations, etc. Oh, we need to issue a refund. Those things, we make it very easy inside of the platform, because our goal is to help you grow your event, not necessarily become an expert at discover reconcile statements. So what we did, just to kind of highlight some examples, is, and if you got questions, go ahead and start firing them in there, because I'm going to just quickly walk you through some of these great examples of people utilizing the platform. So this is a Halloween light show. So it was complex. They had over 20 dates. They had time slots, so 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, etc. They sold over 60,000 tickets. They had over 9,000 people who transfer their tickets. And you would say, well, why is that? It's because there's multiple dates. And when you're dealing with 20 to 25 dates, what happens is that you tend to, what you tend to see is a few bad weather days. So if you have a bad weather day, giving the ticket holder the option to transfer to another day. You can also see here on the right-hand side that they checked in, over 56,000 people using the check-in app. So the Beer Fest, this event sold out. They had 8 time slots over 3 different days, and they had a cap of 400 tickets for any time slots. They had a really fast checkout process. This was a 110% increase in sales and 227% increase in revenue. And they used our check-in app for people who were re-entering the event. So dinners and galas, so this one's a little bit more straightforward. So they've got a VIP ticket and they've got a general admission ticket. They have the easy purchase option right there on the home page of the landing page. You can see how you can quickly add tickets there. And they added another $1,000 in donations on top of their ticket sales. And they also had some custom questions for information about the attendees, as this is kind of a high-end event. So spring luncheon, so you can see how they've kind of customized and made a very nice looking landing page here. One of the really interesting stats from this particular one is 33% of the attendees chose to make an additional donation. They also did a really nice job of highlighting their sponsors. And one thing, even if you're a for-profit entity, I have encouraged pretty much all of our for-profit entity ticket events to consider having a donation partner. What we tend to find is that people who are purchasing tickets have an expectation that this event is somehow supporting the community. So making sure that you're identifying a local nonprofit partner that you want to help generate awareness and donations for. So here's the Shrek Music Theater. This one's kind of fun. So they used the free website. They built out custom pages. They had pricing for adults and students and 4 time slots across 3 days. And they made a very consistent and recognizable brand here. So it's the colors really stand out for me on this one. They did a really nice job using our cover page capabilities. So golf tournament, many of you may put on golf tournaments. So golf tournaments sometimes can use our ticket platform. Sometimes they need our registration platform. We can have a conversation with you and help guide the conversation as to which way would be best for your particular event. But this one, you can see they've got a single golfer sign up, foursome sign up, as well as sponsor packages. And then you've got a custom banner at the top of the page. And then one of the nice things is that we have the ability with the collect information capability to collect information for each member of the foursome. So scavenger hunt, again, this page is really well done. So they've done a really nice job to, basically, I like to call this a digital poster. This just reminds me of something you would see out at the park or out at the local shop, but it's just a digital version of that. So they've got their sponsors entered into it. They've got a Do It With Friends crew sign up, and then they also have a kids free option with adults. So virtual events, so they've got single pricing option for each session, and you can see how they've built out these different cooking sessions that you can sign up for. So with different dates and combinations and things like that. So these are really easy ways to set up events and have a website that people can learn more information about this particular virtual event. So free events, we absolutely support free events. There's absolutely no charge. You can solicit donations, or you could do additional store purchase upgrades if it's a free event, or if it's just completely free, you can do that as well. And that, as long as you set up payment with us, which is kind of a requirement for being able to use our email platform, you can then use our email platform as well. So that is everything we have to go over TicketSignup.io. Love to get some questions fired in here, Bob, to see what people are thinking.
I'll start off with this first one. I'm not sure if there's something more complex that the person is asking, but the question is there a minimum dollar amount per event?
No, so there's no minimum. So let's say your event is only gonna generate $500 in ticket sales, or you don't really know. There's no minimum event size to use our platform. That's one of the things that we're very passionate about is with working with 26,000 events so far, many of the events we work with are small. Some are very large, but we don't have any sort of minimum to use the system.
So on the check-in app, can multiple users check in at different times? If I purchase 5 tickets, can I distribute those tickets and so forth?
So the answer is yes, but you also have to have you need to have your rules with your check-in staff. So within our check-in app, one of the things that you can do is hide people who have already checked in. And the purpose of that may be to prevent re-entry. Or if you've already entered, you may give them a wristband and then you need to check the wristband. But you don't have to do that. So you could potentially scan that QR code again for someone who's already checked in for the event. multiple times, say the event's a festival across the entire weekend, you can continue to scan that. But if you're not allowing re-entry, then you could use the check-in app to hide people who have already checked in.
If the event is free, do you need to set up payment info to use the email platform?
Absolutely. So we absolutely require payment setup, which sounds a little counterintuitive, but since we're the ones giving the email away for free, unfortunately there's bad people in the world, and so we need to know who you are so that when you're sending emails out, if we're getting issues, we can kind of have a conversation with that person, and if you don't want to set up payment, then you don't get to use the email platform.
Are TicketSignup and registration or RunSignup separate platforms? I'm doing a golf outing. We want to register golfers on teams, individuals not on teams, and hole sponsors.
Yeah, so it's all built on one technology stack. So we understand that question. We are actually internally trying to hash out the best way to position and explain that. So it's a great question. So it sounds based off your needs that you need our registration platform. So we would guide you to set up a registration event. And if you, we'll reach out to you and can walk you through, because the keyword you mentioned is teams. So the ticket platform, you can sell groups of tickets, or no, people can buy multiple tickets, but it does not have the team connection, where if you want everyone to be under a team name, that's where registration comes in. And basically the way we see it is we have a portfolio of products, and it's our job to help you find ways to help raise more money. So whether that's through donations, peer-to-peer fundraising, registration, or tickets, we've got to put you in the right place. And if you have a conversation with us, we'll help you find the right spot.
If someone buys more than one ticket, can they distribute the additional digital tickets to other people?
Absolutely, yeah. So when you get that confirmation email, let's say I bought a ticket for myself and I bought a ticket that I intended Bob to use, I can forward that confirmation email to him. And so this would be where some training with your check-in staff would be needed, not a lot, but just a little, is that if I show up at 1 o'clock, you scan my ticket, you would see that I bought 2 tickets, but it's just me who's checking in. So as long as the check-in person doesn't hit check-in all, if Bob shows up at 2 o'clock, you can scan the same QR code. You'll now notice that there's only 1 ticket available because I checked in at 1 o'clock. So our QR code technology and check-in app allows for that type of flexibility.
For seated gala type events, do you have a seating chart template?
We do not have a seating chart template. You can do some basic stuff with ticket types, where you could have certain tables as ticket types, but we don't have any concept of tables or reserved seating.
Is there special pricing for 501c3 entities?
So there is not, but what we do for nonprofits is that we charge no setup fee, no monthly fee, and donations are a flat 4%, including credit card processing fees. And that's our give back to the nonprofit community.
If we do a free event, but with a donation component, does the reporting look similar to RunSignup?
Yes, absolutely. So you'll have your list of ticket holders, and you'll have your list of donations, and then you'll also have a list of transactions, and those transactions would match those donations.
Is it possible to set up multiple types of tickets for an organization on one website? For instance, all events for the organization for the year 2022, but each might be priced or set up differently.
So the answer to that would be yes, but I may not recommend it. What I probably would do is set up a website using our system, and then link out to each individual event. And the reason is that the check-in, let's just say, and I'm specifically kind of thinking around the check-in app and reporting, is that you could filter by ticket type, and that may be very beneficial. And in a conversation, we could figure out whether it makes sense to set up, let's say you have 8 events, whether we should set up one landing page with the option to go into each one of those 8 events, or whether we could accomplish your goals with a single event with 8 ticket types within it. Because the one thing that I would be a little concerned with as well is just like, let's say you have 8 events and you have multiple ticket types within those events, you could have 24 tickets on one page, which might be a little overwhelming. So I think just with a little bit of what we call sales engineering, we could help you figure out what would be the best solution there.
Yeah. Well, while we're kind of on that related topic, one of the really powerful things about our platform is this idea of grouping tickets together. So you can have ways to group a set of tickets together, and each one of those groups carry a certain set of characteristics, like a date or a name and things like that. So you could set it up within one. My bias would be to agree with what Brian said, where you set up kind of a central website and have your domain on it and stuff like that, and then just have a bunch of links and buttons and nice graphics to go to each one of those individual events.
Yeah, and the only reason that you may want to have a single event is if it's literally the exact same event at the exact same location with no variation, just dates. That can work pretty well as a single event.
Two kind of RunSignup oriented ones here. One is, you mentioned QR code for buying tickets. Will there be a QR code generated for results if using RunSignup? And I'll take that one because that one is currently in development, and we're going to do both QR code and text pretty much for every interaction across our entire platform. So it might be a donation, it might be registration for a race, it might be a ticket event, it might be results, checking on results. So yeah, we're going to be doing that across the entire platform. And where's my other one? My other one is the store warehouse also going to be added to RunSignup? And the answer to that is yes, eventually. But there's a bunch more work we need to do on the warehouse and the store, and then we'll need to transfer it over to RunSignup. Kind of similar to what we're doing with both the email, the next gen email stuff we've come out with, as well as the next gen website stuff we're coming out with. My guess is you probably won't see that until 2023 to be, kind of on the safe side. In addition to our own ticketed events, we sometimes give away tickets to other events we sponsor to our employees. That means the tickets themselves will not come from us. We just need to collect information from our employees to give to the other organization. Is it possible to turn off the ticket QR code function and just send a confirmation email that tells them how they will receive their ticket?
I can't remember if there's a way to turn off the QR code. I feel like
I can't remember either. I feel like
the answer is yes, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, not 100% on that one. Oh, I apologize. I came in late. What's the difference between ticket and GiveSignup for nonprofits? It's actually the exact same thing. It's just you're coming from a different URL. So you can sign in with the same email address. It's all the same functionality across everything. So so you're good to use either. And to make it more confusing for everybody, over the next month or so, we'll introduce probably about a dozen different URL names that you'll be able to use to get to the functionality. And those will be for like vertical markets. It might be like cornmaze.com would work for, it'd be just basically, ticket sign up, or give sign up for tickets, but with CornMaze is the URL that you'd be approaching it with. The final one that I haven't taken on yet is point of sale. Yeah, we are working on that. I'm expecting to hopefully have something in the summer timeframe for point of sale. Today, what you would do is basically utilize the web application and not do credit card scanning at this point in time. And we just got another one in. We hosted dinner for 900 honoring teachers who need to be seated at 30 different schools. You offer a drop down so we could list the 30 schools with each ticket purchase.
I think we could probably accomplish that with custom questions. I guess the
Yeah, that
question would
was my
be,
thinking.
yeah, I need to learn a little bit more to find out if there's like an inventory. It doesn't, but yeah, I think we could probably accomplish that with custom questions.
Yeah.
One important thing to note for those of you, we really appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Ticket Sign Up is that you can either get started free and we'll absolutely reach out to you and help you get through the process. But if you still want to speak with someone, right on the ticketsignup.io page there's a button to fill out some information, and then we can set up a time to speak with individuals to learn more about what questions and concerns and objections you may have around doing your ticket event with us, because we can let you know what we can do and what we can't do.
Allison's just adding a comment that we have a really nice solution for that. So
Okay.
cool. I think that's it. I think I've gotten through all the questions here. Thank you very much for your interest in this. This is really great. Brian, any closing thoughts?
No, hopefully we get to speak with some of you and find out, a little bit more about people's ticket needs, and we can continue to improve the product and do the same thing we did at RunSignup, which is just build and build and build.
Plow forward, man. All right, thanks.
Thank you, everyone.